has been a really good game so far, and it's always nice to start the day off with Alex mimicking rap lyrics. Welcome to the Final Wager. I'm Keith Williams. Very close here. George in the lead 14-2. He got out to a good start, kind of faded a little bit, but came back towards the end of Double Jeopardy. You can tell he had a lot of prep coming in here. Erin, with that 12,400 amount, might be regretting that $400 clue that she got toward the end there because she's in a pickle. The only way she can really win is if she gets it right and George misses. And she has to go big, so she can't win if she's wrong. But Lani in third place has a little bit more wiggle room. She can go really big and still win on a triple stumper. So let's look at the numbers here. If Erin doubles up, she's going to have 24-8, so that's going to be 10-6 out of George. And if he's wrong, he's going to have 3,600, so that means that Erin could wager up to 8,800. And Lani could wager up to 8,600. Now, if Lani doubles up, she'll have 24-4, so Erin will have to wager 12,000. She might as well just go for everything. But I'll put that as her minimum anyway. Let's see, what else here? I'm not going to cap Lani's wager anymore. I guess there are some mind games here, but I'll go right to the zero cover wagers. Lani, I want to wager at least 4,000, just in case George goes for, I don't know why he'd go for next 99, but I guess he could go for 17.99. I'll put the 1,800 here for George, but that could allow both Lani and Erin to safely pass him, which is not a great move. Erin could wager up to 199, 200 here. Of course, remember to subtract the $1 from the maximum scores and add the $1 to the minimum scores after we're all done. And what was that, 1,800, so 3,600 here is the minimum. Now, I expect that Erin will go for everything here, or at least 12,001. I expect George will go for the win as well. Lani, maybe zero. It'd be consistent anyway. A few people commented that I was unfairly unharsh to Joel yesterday for throwing away second place prize money, and the reason for that, the reason I didn't say anything was because I wasn't really paying attention to the wagers. I was updating something on the YouTube page so it would have the right date. So I wasn't looking at that, but going back and then typing in the scores, I was like, oh wow, someone's going to say something about that. Well, thanks. I'm glad people are paying attention, and unfortunately Joel was not. That cost him $1,000, but Yoey was the big winner on that one. Alex Trebek was the host of the $128,000 question revival in the 70s that lasted for 2 seasons. He was the second season host, and they taped that out of Canada. I think that might have been his last show before he moved to the U.S. for pretty much good. I was surprised he gave Lani a second chance when he said we need 2 in that Supreme Court Justice's clue. More later. If I get this wrong, I'm sexist.
On her passing in 1913, Booker T. Washington called her heroic, not unlike some of the heroic figures in the Bible. You have 30 seconds.
I've also heard it's very hard to see what I write sometimes, so I took out the Sharpie, which apparently isn't working very well. I had an instinct here, but Booker T. Washington is leading me to a black woman. And yes, that would be more like Moses leading the Jews out of Egypt.
This was not a runaway game for you. You were in third place, and you wrote down, who is Harriet Tubman? Congratulations, you are correct. Your wager, everything you...
Oh, no, why? Well, I mean, might work out for her, but...
Taking us down to Erin Henry. She's not looking happy because she put Susan B. Anthony down, and that means it will cost her $11,000.
Wow, wasn't enough.
Over to George Stuart now. It could be his game if he came up with the correct response. He did. Did he wager more?
There you go, buddy.
10,200. He did. 10,601. New Jeopardy champion, 24,801. George Stuart, who gets to come again tomorrow right here.
Well done, George. Very good game, and that was one of those situations where it paid to be in the lead going into final. But yeah, so I will show what I wrote down. I wrote Anthony and then cross it out and put Tubman. Like I said, Booker T. Washington being a black man, I figured he would be talking about a black woman. And there was that 1913 date seemed kind of familiar, and I think it was because there was a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire clue a couple weeks ago about a shawl that Harriet Tubman had received from Queen Victoria for $50,000 or something, and I didn't know it. I wouldn't have pulled the trigger on it, I don't think, but I guessed it right, and I looked it up, and I didn't realize that she lived so late, which it's pretty cool. She lived for so long. Why'd I throw that away? Oh, yeah, I have all the notes on here that I want to talk about. I was really glad that Erin went for the $1,000 in the first round because that's where the Daily Double pretty much had to be. There were a couple of $400 clues left, but the likely shot was a history category for $1,000. I was surprised that Bull Run was a triple stumper because you hear Manassas, Bull Run, they kind of go hand in hand, kind of like Shiloh, Pittsburgh Landing, Sharpsburg, Antietam. I'm sure there are other ones. Probably a lot of them. I mean, we call the Civil War different things depending on where we live. The war between the states, or the War of Northern Aggression, or whatever. And that first clue of the game about Ruff, the collar, I'm kind of mad about the New Yorker cartoon contest from last week. I'm always mad about that because I never get picked. It's always dumb entries. Mine are always so much better. Oh, I just tried to throw it over there and it flew back at me. All right, we'll leave it at that. Let's see if the new champ can repeat tomorrow. Congrats to Lani as well for a good run and or $50,000 in winnings. And see you for Thursday's match right here on the Final Wager.